You were describing exactly how I started out animations 13 years ago after Andy Devey kind of
Okay.
got me the bug on that. And I had I had sticky pointers I would put on the screen like at a sunspot because everything was, I didn't have any guiding or anything. So
Hmm.
I'd watch the clock, I'd hit record for 10 seconds, wait a while, hit it again. If I saw the sunspot moving, I'd use the hand controller, move it back down. I'd sit there for hours doing that. And
Yeah.
then after after processing them, I had to align them in Photoshop manually, each frame.
Yeah.
I was crazy.
Oh, yeah, that is crazy. I must admit, though, today I did
Hmm.
just sit and, like you say, I just kept clicking record every so many minutes or something, and I have got an animation. So I was quite pleased because I thought Warren is going to
Awesome.
be really pleased with this.
Awesome.
No, don't it? So what I'll do is I'll share if I
Let's see it.
can. Yeah, I thought, oh, Warren's going to really like this. Right. So there you
Ooh.
go. Can you see that?
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
nice.
awesome. Yeah,
Oh, right. Yeah.
that's 4432.
Because you can actually
Yeah.
see it
Yeah.
flowing this way, which is
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hadn't I didn't see that when I was, at the telescope. But I could see that the flare occurred and everything, but that was just in post-processing. But I
Hmm.
thought, oh, Warren's gonna like that. I feel
Is
really
that
proud of myself that I've actually done something.
is that about a half hour, an hour?
It was about half an
Yeah,
hour. It
it's
was
good.
from
Half an hour?
9:30 to 9:55.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's great.
What's interesting there, Alexandra, is as the bright loop is going out, just to the
Mm,
north of it, there's another arc coming back the opposite
Mm,
direction.
yeah.
mm,
Yeah, the structure inside that
Mm.
AR is unbelievable. I
Mm.
posted a shot yesterday in CAK, and it's just a mess of pores, spots, plage. It's a wonder it hasn't blown up.
Well, I think that actually at 1:30 UTC today, it did nearly an X class.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
which is a shame because I wasn't imaging at the time. It was sunny, but I wasn't imaging. What was it? What did it get to? It was an M something.
And
Um,
5.7.
oh, right, okay.
that's like the one I missed that before it came over the limb, I was imaging the western portion, and that blew off while I was imaging. Missed it. Didn't think I caught anything, but I couldn't see that. If you've watched my animation, you see that
Yeah.
one little. It's a pretty nice eruption. I never saw that happen because it was hidden in the shadows. So I thought, well, I didn't get much. It was like my process went, oh, cool.
I know, it's really lovely. I really like seeing flares, and I was thinking, go on, get brighter. Please let it be the
Yeah.
first X class I've ever seen. And I thought, this is really, really bright. Thing is, I couldn't get any internet, so I couldn't see what the classification was. And when I got home, it was like a C3.
See,
And it's
there's
like, what? I thought it looked really bright, really amazing.
Mm.
well, it's so funny because I've got one or two animations of X,
Hmm.
and the first one I got, it looks like a burp. I mean, it's like a little quick, bright thing, but the plasma flies off within, I think it was 5 frames. I had done a slow-mo of that. That was how powerful it was. But I mean, to look at it, you'd go, that was maybe a B.
Oh,
And
I
it was
see.
an X class flare, but it was really small.
Isn't it funny that it doesn't seem to correspond with like what we visually see in brightness? Because
No,
I thought that that was so bright.
yeah,
Mm.
well that C that I caught, I think that was yesterday. I thought, well, that's going to be at least an M. Well, yeah, it was like a C4, I think.
And it's really disappointing, isn't it? You see just on the
Well,
graph, like a little, you go, oh,
as long as
really?
there's action from, I've seen some pretty major eruptions from like M1, M2, and then I'll see nothing from an X. You'll see a bright blurp and then nothing, and an M will go off, and then all this plasma just flies off the sun. But yeah,
Maybe,
it's really interesting.
Mm,
maybe it's too hot and it's all in X-ray.
yeah,
How are
maybe it's
Yeah,
all in, non-visual.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
that's that's where you see people always saying, "Oh, I caught this CME." Well, no, you didn't. You caught some plasma. The CMA you don't see,
mm,
and it's humongous.
Mm, true.
yeah.
how are they measured? Is it a multi-band wavelength sort of some metric that they use?
I thought it was
I think
X-ray.
it's X-ray, I think.
X-ray. Okay, purely X-ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
So it's not surprising, I guess, that
mm,
some can look impressive
Mm.
and not have much X-ray shoot, but something small does because you won't see it anyway.
So it's purely down to how bright and large that event appears, and then from that they can, I suppose, quantify the energy released, and then they give the classification, I guess.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we go on to just have a
Well,
look.
I could probably, I think spaceweather.com talks about that.
Mm.
Yeah, because it does say it's goes X-ray satellite
Yeah,
1 minute,
Yeah.
right.
solar X-ray average in the 1 to 8 angstrom pass band.
Where's Christian and Bob Yosel when we need them?
Yeah, well, I bet you if you read Christian's book, it's probably in there somewhere.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
suspect
let's see.
it's usually somewhere in there. It seems to have
So,
everything in it.
Yeah, I don't
Have you
have
got
his.
that book now, Alexandra?
Pardon?
Have you got his book now?
Oh yeah, yes, I've had it for quite a long time.
Right,
I
yeah.
just find it quite a tough read.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very detailed, very detailed. You've got to be
yeah.
quite selective.
Hmm.
It's not one of those you go from front to back
Well,
on
I
every
No,
tried
page.
to, and I got to about page 30,
Right,
and then that was it. I haven't got past that.
yeah.
I've got. I started out with Jamie Jenkins'
Hmm.
handbook. That's a really nice,
It is lovely.
quick one. I like to go to Christians when I want to dig down into something.
Mm,
Yeah, I think Christian's one is if you've got a question, then
Right.
you go and
exactly.
research it, but it's not necessarily something that you take on holiday and read by the pool,
No,
which
not
I
at
tried to do.
all. Yeah, when you to use the pool analogy, when you want to deep dive into a subject, it's great. You go into that book and it's got so much detail around, a million and one topics.
Mm.
You're bound to find what it is you're looking for in quite some detail.
Yeah, I think it's really good for that.
Yeah, yeah,
It is X-ray brightness
yeah,
in the 1 to 8 angstrom wavelength,
Mm.
and each letter is a tenfold increase in energy output.
yeah,
So
yeah.
X are really, really strong.
Yeah.
But
Well, if it goes up tenfold each time.
Yeah, and what was the one they uh, estimated was like an X45 or something like that for the Carrington event or something like that.
Well, yeah, because I think
yeah,
once it gets to X, it doesn't go into any other letters. It just keeps going, doesn't
Right.
it?
that's right.
Yeah.
Question for you,
Cool.
Stuart. You were saying, I'm just looking at your latest post there about your triple stacked Lunt 60. Are they all three front mounted, or is one of them at the rear?
So once the pressure tuned in at the rear, and then
Yeah.
the other two are front mounted.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a bit fiddly trying to get everything on tune
Mm.
or on band. Yeah, It's not ideal, but and I I made the mistake this morning of fiddling around as you sometimes do, and went off band, and then trying to get back on band and get it even across the field of view was well, it's really difficult, especially with the seeing conditions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a job for the next outing, assuming that the conditions are suitable.
And your two front ones are tilt only, is that correct?
Well, I use Bob's mod, so
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so you have them
yeah, with
sort
a
of
little
optimized.
compression ring inside. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
but again, as with all of these things, there there are challenges, shall we say. You tweak it and that moves something else, and that sets it off band a little bit to the right, and you tweak something and it goes off to the left, or goes, you know what I mean? It's quite
Yeah.
quite fiddly.
Mm.
And the idea is to set it and then not really move it by much. But I
Yeah.
made the mistake this morning of thinking, oh, that's not quite right, and I move something. It's like, right.
Kind of have to do one at a time only, because all three obviously together you could lose it
Yeah, well,
quite quickly.
Yeah, it's a case of you tweak one, then you got to tweak the other, then you got to tweak the other. I mean, the pressure tune bit's probably the easiest bit to get more or less on band, pretty straightforwardly. But the front two are a bit more difficult because you start to you get internal reflections, so you get like three suns, one strong, which is the one you want, and then the other two weaker ones that you've got to get out of frame. And when you tweak stuff to get them out of frame, you then go off band in another part of the disc. So it's all quite a faff.
Yeah.
Which telescope are you using for that, Stuart?
So that's a Lunt 60.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my
pressure tuned.
Yeah, my Solar Max does that sort of thing, but I think it's like 5 different iterations of the sun that I got to push off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the double stack Solarmax 90, and yeah, so the front one is the Solarmax 2, which has the compression element to it with the tilt, and then the rear one is tilt only. So I know from past, I kind of experienced where the optimum position of the tilt only is, and then I work on the front one. And then I got one of those RAF camera adapters so that the tilt options are aligned with one another. I find that works quite well with having a more evenly illuminated disc.
Right.
But it was challenging today with intermittent cloud and poor seeing, yesterday and today.
Yeah, I can't imagine Ivan with his quadruple stack. I mean, he gets great shots, but that drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of stacking all that, it's all a buzz over here because of Lunt's new etalons. And I've just seen recent posts. I don't remember if he posts on Solarchat, but he's got 2 of the new 40.
Yeah,
and
somebody did on Friday.
It's the same guy.
Yeah, I think so.
They look good. I wish you'd show us with just one, because they're supposed to be 0.35 now, to see how they line up with the Helios stars. And now that the Helios star 100's available in the US, there have been like 4 people all of a sudden got them. All 4 aren't real into the solar. It's new for them, so they haven't gotten to where things are real good at this point, but the first results look really nice at this point.
Well, Mark Townley's looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mark's got a good one.
Yeah.
I think everybody's got a good one. I think it's it's just a question of how well experienced you are with solar imaging, which is quite difficult to do. It's not an easy thing to get going, is it?
Question for you, Alexander, actually, because you have the 76. With the block and filter on yours, is there any on the if we take the Coronado, the original Coronado generation ones, it was advised not to leave the block and filter in an observatory or in a damp
Mhm.
environment, that there was silver in it that it would corrode. Is there any such issue with the Skywatcher ones or the Curiosity? Do you know?
I don't know, I've not had it long enough, but
Mm,
what I do is that I've kept it in the bag that it came in, and
hmm
I've put a silica sachet at the
mm,
bottom. I've then put the blocking filter on top of that, and then I push another silica gel pack on the top and then seal it up, and then shove it down into its little slot and try and squeeze all the air out of it.
mm,
And then I've had it, like on boat conditions now for a year. It seems
mm.
okay. I hope it will stay okay.
I
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
I think it's hard coded. Bob Yoso was talking about that when he was looking at both the 76 and the 100. They had both of them at NEAF this year. And I know the 100 has a hard coded filter on there. I think the 76 does, but I'm not, but I'm like Alexander. Mine stays in the case with a desiccant,
Hmm.
Mm,
and unless I'm using it,
Mm.
yeah.
which is the same I've done with my Lunt. And that's, I think mine's a soft coated from 2012, and it's still fine at
Hmm.
Mm.
this point.
Yeah, they don't erode instantly anyway. I had my BF-15 for a number of years, and so I decided to get the Bell Optic upgrade for it, and it was quite a difference it made.
Yeah.
But that was a Coronado, the original format. So
Mm.
hopefully, coatings and all that have evolved over the years by now, you would think.
You would hope so.
Mm. And I don't see Bell Optic. They're up. Maybe it's just too soon, but they're not. They don't mention Skywatcher um, in what they offer now. It's
Yeah.
Coronado Island.
Let's see. We're coming up on it. Let's see, Alexander, you've almost had yours a year.
Yes. Well, from April last year, I think it
Oh,
was.
was it April? So
I
it is
think,
over a year.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
Because
it did.
I bought mine right after seeing yours and Nick's pictures,
Hmm.
and mine was in the summer.
Hmm. So yeah, mine isn't in optimal conditions because it's not in a house. So it is in a like a technically a damp environment.
Oh,
So because it's kept on the boat, so um we'll see. Oh, it did make me nervous actually, but it'd be a good test.
well,
As
But
if it's just that one filter, that's not too expensive. It's the other stuff you worry about.
mm,
Yeah, exactly. So I think probably I'll change the silica desiccant every year, I think, maybe after winter. Because
mm,
I have noticed that in recently, just when I've taken it out, in the silica, you get the little, goes black, doesn't it? Little
mm.
black balls. I've noticed that there are little black balls in there, so it obviously has been soaking up water in there. So I might change
Mm.
those over, I think.
You
Yeah,
know, take it home with you and keep it in the warm and dry home.
What? Yeah, what the blocking filter? Yeah, but then you've got to remember to take it back. And it's like today, it's like I got really excited. Um, because actually I'd taken the Heliostar back with me home, because of the outreach event that was last weekend, but I didn't use it. So I was thinking, oh, it's lovely, it's going to be great and sunny. So I took it back at the boat and then got all set up. Where's my player one camera? No idea, it's not on the boat. And it's like, you have got to be joking. And then the hubby was saying, oh, I think I saw that in the dining room. It's like, why is it in the dining room? But luckily, I still had up on the boat, the old chameleon, which I was using originally for it. And I kept thinking, oh, this is just junk up at the boat. I should take it back. But I'm glad I haven't now because I forgot the
Mm.
player one. So this was with the chameleon because I'd forgotten the camera. So the more you take home, the more you've got to take back with you, and then
Yeah.
you forget it.
You need two of everything, Alexandra. That's the only answer.
Or two of everything. It's like the 1.6 times Barlow. Warren kept saying, "Oh, you need to use that on the Heliostar." So I took it up the boat, but then I left it up the boat, didn't I? And then last weekend, when I wanted to use the solar scope, I didn't have my 1.6 times Barlow with me, which I used to take a mosaic. And it's like, it's
You
either
need
one place or the other.
you need a little carry case. One of those little aluminium carry cases with your camera, your
Hmm.
blocking filter, your Barlow, whatever. Just
Yeah, or I need a brain which can remember things.
Let's see, I brought my minimum up to this week, and I've got one, two, three, four cases, the mount, two scopes, and all the camera and stuff like that. They're all in cases.
mm.
So I just have to throw those in the car and
And you've
I gotta make
definitely got everything.
I won't. I even brought my little table, my little thing that I put my laptop in. I think I do.
Because I've seen the classic where people have gone on holiday with their stuff and they've forgotten, like the counterweights. And you see
Power
them,
cord.
yeah, you see them like they've got a shopping bag full of boulders that they've collected, which they've tried to hook on the bottom. And it's like, oh, I forgot that bit.
Somebody did that. Somebody posted a picture where they had put a rock in a bag or something
Yes.
because they needed additional weight on their
And
on their
they'd forgotten
counterweight.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Was
Well,
that
with,
Oh,
Paul?
with
I
airline
don't.
carry-on restrictions and all that, there might have much choice.
Well, yes, I guess so. That is a
Yeah.
good idea, actually. Maybe it was they purposefully forgot it.
Mhm.
Oh, funny.
But talking of eclipses, I found I don't, well, maybe I'm slow to the party, but I found this really neat little app that you can get on the iPhone. Because a lot of people, for this eclipse that's coming up in Spain, and also in the UK and Europe, because it's really late in the evening, it's really difficult to work out an observing site, to make sure that you are not going to have something obscured. And I found this little app that shows you where the sun will be um, on your iPhone. And if I share um, my screen, yeah, right, and I used it. So this
Oh.
is in my garden. So you
That's
just
handy.
hold your iPhone up,
Hmm.
and
Ah.
point it where you think where it is, and it shows you that it's 7 p.m. The sun will be here in my garden. So the eclipse is between
Hmm.
6 and 8. So this is really a no-go in my
Huh.
garden. So you can't see it.
That's handy.
Um, so I took it to the boat today,
Oh.
and this is the view I get from the towpath. So it would be there. So it's perfect. So it's a really good little tool
Mm.
for
Hmm.
taking around with you. Is can I see it from my garden? Can I see it, from my eclipse observing site? So if you were, say, traveling to Spain, and it's like you're there like a few days before and you think, where's it going to be? Where's the sun going to be? Is this a good spot? You can go out and scout where the sun's going to be. So I thought it was really cool.
Hmm.
What's the
That's
name of it?
It is, if I go on to,
Lumos.
Lumos Sun and Moon Tracker.
Hmm.
ah.
All right.
And so you can
But
stick it into this augmented reality. So it shows where the sun is, it uses your camera. So you show you see it in real time in your landscape. So I thought it was really quite good. But I don't know. It's on the Apple iStore, Apple Store or whatever. I don't know
Right.
whether it's available for um,
Android.
So,
Android or anything.
so yeah, that's the reason I asked. I'm on Android and I have mine's called Sun Surveyor.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
just let me
And
just stop
it,
sharing,
yeah,
and then.
well,
Oh
I'm
well.
just holding it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
it.
the name of it. It does the exact same thing.
Huh.
All right.
And so for the past two eclipses that I went to, yes, it's super handy for that. I love
Hmm.
it.
Yeah. So I was
Maybe we could
really.
have links on Solar
Yep,
Chat.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Just a little
I'll
Yeah.
drop
topic.
it in here in chat. I just got to
Yeah.
find it. I think the one I'm using might have had a small charge.
Oh, this one was
So
free. So, well, I think that you can pay for a super duper version of it, but this free version seemed good enough for me because all I wanted to know was where is the sun going to be?
Mm.
And that's as far as I've got in investigating, the app so far. But I think it does other things.
What
Um,
what percent is it supposed to hit at your area?
92%.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It is.
Boy, that's close
So,
enough to go, oh.
well, it's close enough to go. You're not in the right place, dear.
So
So,
close.
yeah, but not close enough.
Not close enough.
No.
for some reason, I think like even Pedro's just on the outside of it too, if I remember right.
I
Well, he
think
was he was talking about that it wasn't a his area or near him wasn't a good area for I can't remember was it weather wise or because it
It,
was going to be so low.
yeah, I don't remember if it was weather because it was going to be so low or if it's just mountainous in his
Yeah,
area. That could be it too. But yeah, I think he was even talking about he's got to go somewhere.
yeah.
mm,
I guess we went back to that. I think he talked about it on the one
Hmm.
call we had, and he mentioned that he wasn't going to stay there because something like that, Sean. That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
mm. But even so, I had a look on timeanddate.com, and it says for my location, it gives you like a review of um, that day since the year 2000. It has an 87% coverage of cloud. So it's not a lucky day.
Yeah,
So it's going to be very hit and miss, I
I mean,
think.
if it's thin cloud, it's not too bad. I mean, you can actually, you still see something.
True.
yeah.
But yeah, for taking images, it's not
And if
great if
it's
it's cloudy,
raining.
obviously. Yeah, yeah,
Could
yeah, probably will
yeah.
be.
It could end up like the 2024 Alexander, where my brother went to Texas because the forecast was good for that. I stayed home where it was going to suck.
Mm.
I won.
Mm. Well,
Well,
it'll
we ha
be like Stuart will say, "Oh, it was so fabulous. It was so sunny in Preston." And it'll be like, what is it, 180 miles south? It's like, no, it rained.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see how it goes. I'll either come there or you come here if
Well,
the
yes, because
weather's
I'm going to try and get
appropriate.
the boat out
All
if I
right,
can.
yeah.
I know it's on a Wednesday, but I'm going to see whether I can try and technically like work from home on the
Work from
Well,
Wednesday and the Thursday.
that's from home
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
for that
Uh,
moment.
well, during the day, because if it starts at 6 p.m., I would have to get home and I would have to get up the boat and I'd have to move the boat and get set up all for 6 p.m. I think that's pushing it a bit.
Yeah,
And then I would have to go to work the next morning because I couldn't move the boat back in the evening because it'd be dark. Probably it'll pretty much be dark, so I would have to stay there till Thursday. So it's a bit difficult, really.
start practicing your cough now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I've got COVID.
Antivirus. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had thought a long time ago I wanted to try and fly over just to see that one, but my daughter moves into college on the day. What day is it? It's
12th of August.
yeah, it's so the very next day.
huh?
So
Um,
Yeah,
I said, all right, we'll have to go to the next one.
Yeah,
I'd love to go to the one in Egypt, but I don't know how I feel about traveling
Yeah,
to Egypt
not
right
a
now.
not a real
Yeah.
good area at the
Yeah.
moment.
No,
South of
no.
Spain is quite
Mm,
viable for that one. So
it is
Yeah.
safe.
it's
Yeah.
4 minutes plus at the very southern tip.
Yeah.
You have good access with airports and everything there. So
Yeah, and that's why we're
Yeah, that
finding
that
it.
is good. I did look at that one as well. They
Yeah,
make a good point. Gibraltar looks really good, but
Mm.
I don't know, something about Egypt, and it's not in totality at the pyramids, but just the pyramids in the background, and that one feels really cool.
Mm.
yeah,
I think my
it
brother's planning on that, but I don't know if he's signed up for it yet.
it will
I
be
bet
far
you.
from cool.
Yeah,
It's
well,
Yeah.
very,
yeah,
very hot. Yeah.
I see what you
yeah,
did there.
Yeah. It might be 50 degrees cool, maybe.
right.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fahrenheit?
Yeah, yes,
Celsius.
it's 50 out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would be baking desert as well,
Yeah.
and it would there would be no shade because there'd be
But
no trees.
but it's a
Yeah,
dry heat. You wouldn't need your
yeah.
desiccant packs.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. And it is at, let me just click here. It is, what altitude is that? Yeah. 81 degrees.
Mm.
So pretty much directly overhead.
Oh my word.
So
So it's going
apparently
to
that
be
accommodation has been booked up for the last 10, 12 years or something. So
Wow.
Right.
it'll be crazy busy, crazy hot.
and crazy full of pickpockets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt.
It's bad enough at the best of times.
Mm.
Gosh. Oh yeah, I couldn't
Well,
imagine doing that.
I'll if I don't make it to Spain for that one, I'll hold out for Australia in 2028 and 2030. So
Yeah, that does
that's
seem a
okay.
good one.
yeah.
One of them goes directly through Sydney, so it would be a good
Yes.
way of getting to
Mm.
see the place too.
And it goes all the way across Australia, so you've got
Mm.
plenty of places to go to, haven't you?
Well, they're very rural. I have a brother in Brisbane, and it cuts through Queensland, but it's still a 10-hour drive each way
Really?
from one side of Queensland to the other to try and see it. So we're thinking of maybe hiring a camper van or something, but it's, you know, we'll be there like Warren, non-stop, A to B, try and see the eclipse and back again.
Jeez.
Isn't
Right.
isn't where Ralph is situated a good place?
I don't remember either between he and
Peter.
Peter.
Yes.
I'm not sure who has the best. I think Ralph does.
I
For
think it's Ralph. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Do you think they'll be friendly enough?
Is that in their winter or summer? What I can't remember the date.
Oh, I can't remember actually.
Looking right now. One of them is July 22nd, and
Winter.
the other one is November 25th.
Oh, what, they've got two.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the July one's in 2028, and the November one is in 2030.
Hmm.
Okay.
And they have two different, patterns naturally across Australia.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't think they get snow there, do they?
Don't know.
It's a good question.
I don't think they get that cold. I've never heard Peter or Ralph talk about snow or anything like that. But
Sometimes they
they're
complain
on the
it's
bottom
chilly.
of the world, so it's hard to figure out.
Yeah, sometimes they complain it's chilly when it's 12 degrees, don't they? So,
True.
but yeah, you're right. I've never heard them talk about snow
Yeah.
and ice.
And speaking of snow and ice, Arn, it's nice to see that the sun's high enough for you to image now.
Mm.
But finally, it's been a few tough months.
How many degrees above the surf does the horizon does it get now?
And now it's fine. 30 maybe?
Okay.
Yeah. But it's midwinter. It doesn't get above 7 to 10 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
So midwinter. But spring, autumn is fine. And also summer, we have, sun
Yeah.
for 14, 16 hours
Okay.
a day. Yeah.
So
So
that's the bonus.
that's the bonus, yeah.
Yeah.
You seem to get quite a lot of sun when you do,
Mm.
when it is above the
Yeah, yeah, and it's
sort of
been a
viewing angles and
nice,
so on.
nice
You seem to
period
post quite
again.
often on.
Yeah, it's been a nice period again, but as you mentioned also, the seeing hasn't been too good so far this spring. So, but it works okay for the full disk images.
Mm.
Yeah, just not the high res.
No,
I probably know this and have forgotten it. Where do you live, Arnie?
just
No
south of
way.
Oslo, Norway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so southern parts of Norway.
That was in that region was my guess. So I
Yeah,
didn't want to
so
guess the wrong country. I don't know if you how much you like
so
the other
it's
countries. So I was going to let you tell me.
yeah, Norway is not the capital of Sweden.
Yeah.
No, it's 60 degrees north approximately.
Sean, where are
Does
you
it,
located?
So I'm right outside Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I used to be like 45 minutes from Steven's house, but now that he's got that Marsh house, that's like 3 hours from here.
Well, I thought about surprising him. I was down in Hilton Head for a month, and I thought, oh, that'd
Oh,
be funny. I should have run over and said, hey.
you should have. I think he
Yeah, I may
loves
do.
that.
Yeah, I may do that. We're going back same time next year. I just don't want to fight all the bugs that he's got.
Yeah. That's you got to get the really good bug spray for that, or
And
one of the hats with the if because the getting in your eyes and
oh,
ears are the worst.
yeah, the midges and
yeah.
stuff. Well, on Hilton Head, they can get pretty bad at times too, but not like where he's at.
Yeah, we're doing my wife and I are doing a trip in September to Little St. Simon's Island, and it's kind of an eco preserve,
Ah,
and they are terrible with the bugs. They tell you when
oh,
you go from building to building, once you get like 20 feet from your building you're going in to start running, so you can open the door and close it really quickly behind you. So yes, those bugs are
Okay.
terrible.
well, that's like northern Michigan in the spring when the mosquitoes finally. It's like you try to run through, and it's like they're just everywhere you go, and they carry syringes and tourniquets with them. They're that big.
Oh, you're not really doing a plug for take a holiday here, are you?
Yeah, this is the real information everybody needs to know, really.
Yeah, none of the glass.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
Just a quick one for Arm. So how often do you see the Northern Lights where you are? Is that a sort of, well, every other week? Yeah, it's
There they are
just
again.
there. Yeah. For the rest of
Uh,
us, we're jumping up and down. Yeah, we can see
of
some.
course, during summer it's not dark enough.
No, sure.
So the season is from say August, September till April. And from my southern location in Norway, we may get to see a good display, maybe 5 to 10 times throughout the season if it's
Wow.
a good activity. But
Okay.
you could see the glow for quite a few nights.
Right.
But of course, if you go to the northern parts of Norway to Tromsø, which is or Svalbard, then you're actually just beneath the oval aurora oval. So
Yeah.
there you actually get to see it on almost every clear night,
Wow.
and then it's actually uh, almost like a full moon if you're doing
Yeah.
deep sky imaging. It's a
Yeah.
pain for those who want to take pictures of something else.
Did,
But
did
yeah,
you take trips to Tromsø at all? Is
I've
it
been there
something you do?
a couple of times, both for a solar eclipse. We went there to see a midnight sun solar eclipse a few years back.
Hmm.
So we were
Right.
seeing a partially eclipsed sun facing north in the middle of night. And I also been there to watch auroras, and it's very good. But
Mm.
we can't get as good down here in the south as well because when there really is some big solar storms, which creates the big activity that the aurora oval is pushed further south, and then it's better located for us in southern Norway and also northern Europe in general. So then it's too far south for the northern Norway.
Should have something like an aurora party somewhere, should we? So we can get together. You as our guide.
Yeah.
Go somewhere in Norway.
The good thing about Tromsø is that it's close to the coast, and it's also close to some mountains and some inland areas. So the aurora guides up there, they are mobile, and it's usually a weather pattern where you either have clear skies on one side of the mountains or the other one. So they more often than not they're able to find some clear skies and be able to show the auroras to the tourists. So Tromsø is a good destination.
Yes, Helen in the society, she went to Tromsø earlier in the, I think was it March time, or it was right when there was, that massive solar storm. She was really lucky. And she saw a fabulous display. She saw a brilliant display just coming into land, out of the window when she was landing, near Tromsø. And it just looked spectacular. And then every night she was there for about three or 4 days. She just had incredible views, beautiful photographs. Whereas I've been to Tromsø for a couple of nights and all we saw was just a green arc, and that was it. So I think it just depends on how lucky you're going to be with a solar storm, I think.
I also think that in general, autumn and spring are the best periods.
And the equinoxes.
Yeah.
And is that just purely from a percentage daylight, or why wouldn't the middle of winter be good? I'm just curious, aside from it being cold, but
middle of winter is good, but I for some reason I don't know the explanation, but it appears that it's more aurora visible in spring and autumn.
Isn't it the way that the magnetic field is aligned?
Yes,
probably.
I think.
Yeah, that was talked about why some of the displays have been so strong, because they were coordinating with something around the Earth changes at the same time at those times of the season with the magnetosphere, and amplifies things.
We've had some quite good aurora in the last 18 months in the UK and Ireland, so we can't complain.
No.
Yeah.
Saved the trip
not had to travel.
Tromsø. Yeah. And it being clear. I mean, what are the odds of it being clear as well?
Oh, can it be clear on the 12th of August?
Good.
Okay.
How are we doing? Well, that's nearly the hour anyway now.
It is nearly the hour.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some reports next month. People will be getting some of the new Lunt etalons. We'll see how they actually stand up.
Do the new ones have a central obstruction? Out of curiosity, do you know?
Well, it's interesting you ask about that, Michael, because I had posted something about, I'd seen an ad. This is before the recent one about the lower angstrom thing, where some of the new ones do have a central obstruction, but these new ones they're talking about don't, and there's still a lot of question about, are they just the pressure tuned ones, or are they also the tilt tune? Because the one person that posted on here has 240s, but he didn't really talk about whether or not they're tilt tuned, or if they have a central obstruction or not. So and the information on Lunt's website has been changing back and forth.
Yeah.
somebody was complaining about they were trying to get one for the 130, and Lunt told him, "Oh, it doesn't have the new style etalon." He said, "Well, on your website it says it does." Well, that's not right. And then the prices went real low, and all of a sudden they've gone up again, not nearly where they were, but they've gone up
Mm.
again. So there's a lot of balls in the air of what's happening. So until people get them in their hands, I've been waiting
Yeah.
to see what they say, because I'm interested about the ones I have, if they're going to be basically extinct because of these new ones, because trying to sell them and say, well, they do work, but if you can get the same thing with a single etalon compared to
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
it's
No,
going to be interesting.
it's like anything. So I saw Andy Lunt's. Andy Lunt is like a weekly article or post or something on Facebook, and he was commenting on the Skywatcher ones and how it was Lunt stroke Coronado that came up with that patent, but they didn't commercialize it on the Trifid thing, because they were concerned about fatigue, and Skywatcher are just using, um, if I understand it correctly, just waited for the patent to expire. But then, if I saw correctly, the new version of the Lunt relies on an expired Cornetto patent, if I understand correctly, from someone else. So,
Yes, yeah,
I
that's
don't.
why it's no one really has reported on them.
Mm,
So we don't have any information over here from
yeah.
anyone that I've seen so far. I'm I'm surprised Bob hasn't been able to get his hands on, or Lunt hasn't come to him to
Mm,
say, "Hey, we'd like you to review this." And
yeah. It could do with some technical articles, like white papers or something on their website. It would help to, but maybe they're working on it. Let's see.
Maybe they don't
yeah,
want people to know.
oh, that's
Well, at the
good.
moment, it's clear that the Helios arm has really shaken the market, and
Oh
it's,
yeah,
the both on price and on performance,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
quality.
Lunt have no choice but to react.
yeah.
Mm.
It,
And
it's
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 very positive for us to hear in the Europe they have essentially cut out their European distributor,
yeah,
and that's caused the prices to tumble because we were paying about the 2 to 3 times the prices you guys were
right.
paying in the US. It was madness. It was just
Well, it
totally
was
Yeah,
not
unviable.
affordable, was
Yeah.
it? You just wouldn't do it.
It would
no,
easily pay you to fly to the US, go
Mm.
into
yeah,
the store, buy it, and fly back. Honestly, it would pay for the holiday. It just made no sense.
yeah.
Mm.
We had some interesting. One guy he lived in Arizona and
Hmm.
could drive to Lunt. He called them. They said, we don't take visitors." And we're going, well, they put on their website, call for an appointment. And I guess he did get, I don't know who he got hold of there, but they said, yeah, come on in. We'll work with you on this. But yeah, it's been few and far between of seeing any of the new ones. And some people don't know if they got new ones or not, because Lunt said they were secretly sending them, but
Hmm.
not telling anybody.
Oh,
Yeah, some people supposedly got the new ones,
Yeah.
but didn't know it. So, and we haven't heard from them yet. Again, a lot of these are newbies and don't know a lot about
Hmm.
solar anyway. So until somebody like Bob gets hold of one, I don't think we're going to know anything. They actually contacted me before they did the MT series, and Faye was going to send me one of those to evaluate, and then something happened, and I didn't get one. So I'm assuming they'll eventually send some to somebody to say, hey, we need reviews on these.
Hmm.
but who gets the old ones that's still in
Yeah.
stock?
Well, there was a discussion that if you received one recently, they had the option of sending it in and replacing with the new one. I don't know if there was
Hmm.
a charge, because the new ones are basically less expensive than the old ones. So
Mm.
it's like Lunt's in an interesting position, because it's like, here
Yeah.
I've got a $2,500 Etalon, and now you're selling it for 1,600.
And
So,
it's twice as good.
and it's twice
Yes.
as good. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
They should, well, ideally, they'd clear out all the old inventory first.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the ones I like, but if there's one that is twice as good as my double stack that
Mm.
I've got that I paid, over $2,000 for, it's kind of like, can we make a deal here?
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a tough one.
You know when the switch was made, when they started to produce or
It
ship
was
these new?
it was about 4 months ago, I think, Arn, that they they talked about some of the new scopes going out have the new etalons, but we didn't know if they meant the pressure tuned, the tilt tuned double stack,
Mm.
or or what. So it's really up in the air as to which ones are the new ones and what can you do with them or
Because
how do you get them.
I bought a 40 millimeter THA during the winter to try to double stack with my quantum filter. But I probably got the old construction and most likely.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much difference it would make for a double stack anyway, but
Well, the other question is what they change.
mm,
How did they go from zero point 0.7 to 0.35?
Mm.
I don't know. Considering he wrote about how he didn't like the compression tuning because he thinks that
Right.
the etalons are just going to break at some point. So he
Well,
can't be using the compression tuning then, can he?
yeah, and keep in mind, Bob and others have used that compression, where they put in the spacers
Mm.
and they're compressing so the tilt tune don't have to be tilted so much. So they're under pressure constantly.
I
And
could
I've
do with
never,
that on my solar scope really because mine is so far tuned tilted that it's just virtually out of the tilt zone.
it couldn't
Mm.
hurt.
But yeah, the likelihood of me ever pulling that apart is zero.
And I think Mark has done some of that on some of his 60
Mm.
millimeter
Yeah,
ones that
that's what
he's,
I've got on my 60, the
you've, do you
little
have,
compression.
you've got the compression on it, Stu?
Yeah, yeah, as per Bob's idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be fine, but fiddly. Yeah, it's not just a case of just screw it on and there you go.
yeah.
There's
No,
still tweaking to do, clocking to do, and
yeah, I went back to my Lunt, which was crying because it's been in the corner so long, put it back together. I cannot get back to how I had before I got the Heliostar. I was able to get it tuned well. Now it's like I'm trying to clock it. It's like, oh, this is
mm,
frustrating.
mm.
Or is it just your expectations are higher and
I
actually
I
it's
don't
you were happy with that before?
yeah, well that I go back to my if you go back to my Astrobin and go back a year and look at them, to me they look okay, but it's just the
Yeah.
ease of where I mean I was taking that second etalon and I was clocking it halfway around and I had to make sure it was, and then I was tuning both and so forth, and that was it with the Helostar when I first moved that lever and it went and I went, oh, for Pete's sakes.
Mm, I know. Well, yeah, it was like me faffing about the solar scope
Oh
for like
God.
an hour and a half, and I still couldn't get it on band, and
Mm.
it was driving me absolutely nuts. Oh,
Yeah, we've got some people over on another site having struggling somewhat with their Helios stars, and there's three of us that go, you gotta be kidding me. What are you doing wrong with it? It's
mm,
tough.
yeah, it's probably one of the easiest things I've ever come across. Getting on par to easy, like in calcium K. You just put the filter on
Yeah,
and you
put it
can
on.
see
Oh,
it.
there it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Unless you're using those new filters, those folks went in on the multi-buy that just those things are amazing
They
on
are
the on
actually.
some of those high res.
Mm.
it's just like, oh my gosh.
But you need the skies for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Well,
And you need
that's true. Yeah.
and you need a lot of money. They're very
Well,
expensive.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, those were not cheap.
No, not at
But
all.
but when they perform well in the hands of competent people in a good location, they are
Yeah.
amazing.
I let them do that. I'll do my Lunt
Mm.
BF 1200. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, that's all I'll have to settle with, I think.
Yeah.
But Stephen did say that he was going to come to this chat,
Oh shoot.
and he hasn't turned up. But I did say, Stephen, you did remember it's Mother's Day. You never come to this one that's on Mother's Day. And then I heard nothing back. I don't know whether he'd totally forgotten it was Mother's Day. And I reminded him, I don't know.
You saved him, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe he's still outside the house fighting those bugs you were talking about.
Yeah,
Maybe.
or the what is it, the alligators and
Yeah,
the
they say yes.
snake.
Snakes,
The wild
spiders.
boars.
Mm.
Oh
Oh.
dear.
Right, I'm gonna have
Yes,
to leave.
yeah,
Same as
we'll finish up, I
Great talking
think.
to everybody.
Yep.
Yes.
Likewise, good to
It
chat.
was fun. Good to
Good
see
seeing everybody.
It's good to
Have a
see
good
you all.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.